Hey everyone, welcome back to new series of Python. In today's video, we will be discussing about Python program to check if a string is a palindrome or not. So before moving on to the topic, we just need to know what is a palindrome. Palindrome is a word, phrase, number, or other sequences of characters that read same backward as forward. Now let's consider two words such as Cyprus and Malayalam. So as you just start to read the word Cyprus from backward to forward, we can see that it's not pronounced as same as of Cyprus. But as you just consider the word Malayalam and read it from backward to forward, you can find the same pronunciation and the spelling, everything will be same. So if you just read a word same backward as forward, then such words or numbers or other sequences of characters is termed as palindrome. So there are different methods by which we can check if a string is palindrome or not. In today's video, we will be going through two methods by which we can check if a string is palindrome or not. So the method one is just reverse the string using slicing. So we have already talked about what is slicing, how to manage the operations of slicing in Python strings in previous video. So if you have any doubt regarding the string slicing, you can just watch that video and clear the concept and come back to the video and watch this. So let's begin. Now let's consider the string. Here the user will be inputting the string and the inputted string must be stored somewhere. So we can just consider a variable x. Into this we can just input this string. So we can just input the string and let's provide the statement as enter this string. Now, if you want to print this, you can just go like using the print function and let's print x. So let me run the file, and as I run the file here, you can see that we can just enter this string. So now let me enter this string as Cyprus. Now we just need to reverse the provided string. So here you can see as we just click on enter, you can find the string that is provided, and now we can just reverse the string. In order to reverse the string, we can just use the slicing, and the reversed string must be stored somewhere. So you can just consider the other variable in order to store the reversed string, which is reverse string, and let's provide equal. And as we just want to reverse the inputted string, we know that the inputted item will be stored in the variable x. So x, then in order to do the slicing, we know we will be using the square brackets and use double colons and use the -1 or -1. So this would let you to reverse the string. Now you can just print the reversed string. So let me print the reversed string over here. So afterwards you can just run this. So let me provide the string as Cyprus, and as we just print that, you can see that the word is currently reversed, or the string is currently reversed. Now the second step is that we just need to check the reversed string is equal to the inputted string in order to check whether the string is a palindrome or not. So for that, you can just use the if conditions. So we will be using the if condition. So if the condition will be providing inside this round bracket. So here we just need to check if the reversed string is equal to the inputted string. So in order to check the condition, we can just use double equal. Then only that will be considering as the reversed string is equal with the inputted string or not. If you just provide a single equal operator over here, then this will not be treated as the equal sign. Rather, the string will be storing to the provided string over here, that is into the reverse string. So always keep in mind that if you want to check something is equal, you have to use the double equal operator over here. So you can just check whether the inputted string is equal to reversed string. So if it is equal, then we can print it's a palindrome. So if it's not equal, then we can say that it's not a palindrome. So if it is equal, we can just print it's a palindrome. And if it's not, which means else condition. If it's not, then we can say that it's not a palindrome. Okay. Afterwards, you can just rent the file and let's say the word cybroses. Here we just gonna provide the word cybroses. As you just rent this here, you can see the string that is provided, and you can also find the reversed string over here. And you can see this do not reads as backward as forward, and so that it's not a palindrome. Now let's input any other word and let's check if the string is a palindrome or not. So let's again rent the file and let's provide a string which is 11. So as you just click on enter, you can see that it's a palindrome, which means that as you just read the string from forward to backward, you can see it reads as same, and we can say that it's a palindrome. Now let's check the other method, that is method 2, like checking the string is a palindrome or not using one extra variable. So in this method, the user takes a character of a string one by one and stores it in the empty variable. So after storing all the characters, user will compare both the string and check whether it is a palindrome or not. First, we just need to input a string from the user side. So in order to input a string from the user side, you can just use the input function. Later on inside this function, you can just provide a statement, enter the string. Now the next step is that we just need to print the string in the console. So you can just use the print function and provide the object over here. Afterwards, consider a variable. Let's name it as W, and this will be treated as an empty variable. The empty variable is used to store and reverse the string. And now, let's say we just need to go through all the characters in the inputted string. So if you want to just go through an iteration, you can just use the for loop. So here I'll be using the for loop. So for I in X. So X is the user inputted string. So we just need to go through each of the characters in the string in order to check whether the provided string is a palindrome or not. So we know if a word or a string reads forward and backward as same, then we can say that it's a palindrome. Now let me just print I, because we just need to traverse through each of the character in the inputted string. Now, till this let's run, and let me say that the word is cybroses. Okay, so now here you can see that we have entered the string cybroses, which is given over here. And afterwards, we have traversed through each of the character, which is I is used for traversing through each of the character in the string. Now, what we want to do is, we just need to store each of the character in the variable W. So I'll be using W as the variable. Into this, I'll be storing the traversed characters. And we just need to reverse the string. So in order to reverse that, here you can see we have already declared an empty string that is for storing and reversing the string. So I'll be using the same variable over here. Now let's print the variable W, because we just need to store and print that. So we have to just come out of the loop, and now let's print this. And now let's provide the word cybroses, and here you can see we have successfully reversed and stored the string cybroses over here. Now we just need to check if this W is equal to the inputted string, which means the reversed string is equal to the inputted string. So you can use the if condition. Under the if condition, we can just provide the condition. So we will be checking if this condition is true, then we can say it's a palindrome. If it's false, then we can say it's not a palindrome. So W equal to X. So if it's true, we can say that it will be palindrome. So if it's not, so in case of if it's not, we can just use the else condition. If it's not, we can just say it's not palindrome. Not palindrome. Okay. Later on, yeah, we can just rent this. And now let's provide the string as a radar. And here you can see that as we just rent this, here you can see the radar is palindrome. This means as you just read the radar from forward as well as backward, it reads as same. And here you can see that as we just use the for loop, this iterates through each or traverse through each of the character. And you can see by using the empty string, we have reversed and stored it in the variable W. And we have checked the conditions. And here you can see it's a palindrome. Now let's consider the other string. So let's say the string as cybrosis. And let's click on enter. And you can see it's not a palindrome. So as you just start to read from backward to forward, you can see it's not pronounced as or reads as cybrosis. So we can say it's not a palindrome. So we know there are different methods by which we can just check if a string is palindrome or not. So do check out with all other methods and give the answers in the comment sections. So if you have any questions regarding this video, feel free to contact Cybrosis. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching the video.